welcome back, and I've got quite a lot left to do on this layout. I'm going to put a list together of everything that I really physically need to do, and then sort of work on all the bits in order. I think there's things like I need to make a boat for here, I need to do the river waves and everything like that. I've got all the buildings made now, so I can then really start to get this middle scene finished. It's taken a long time to get all those buildings absolutely to this stage. I mean, they're still not completely finished because I've still got lighting to put in, I've still got to fit them on, I've got to do all the sort of backyard walls and everything like that. There's still some pavements to do, but it's I had to modify one to create some new three-way ones. I changed one of the ones at the back into a three-way, so I'll give you a quick view of what we've got on there now. So as you can see, every building is now finished. Well, like I say, it's nearly finished. I've done the warehouse buildings, added some hoists on there. Obviously I've got to do all the walls in there, all the alleyways in between all the buildings, but we've got all the buildings actually on the layout now. So it is now just getting to that stage where I can get this centre scene finished, and that's the plan on this video. So I think the first thing to do is document everything that I need to do to finish this layout, start ticking it all off. First one's going to be is finishing this town scene, and what I'm looking at is I've started to get some card cut out, and I'm using some scale scenes, sort of a walling here. This is the parapet walls that I used for the viaduct. That gives me about the right height. Put them onto I think it was 1mm card actually. So they end up being just might have been 1/2 mil actually that I was using, thinking about it. I need to just double check that, make sure I use exactly the same one. So it'll give me a reasonable sort of wall, should be a double brick wall, and then I can start to use those. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the parapet covers because they do look a little bit different to the brick papers that I have been using for the houses, which is that. So I might end up utilising this brick so it's all the same, and when I've weathered them all in, it should all look good. So I can then I'll have to put some parapet sort of some top edging to these walls. I don't think they'll look very good just completely wrapped in brick, but I'll test it first. And I do need to put in some gates for all the yards, so I'm going to just leave them as a gap initially, and I've got some sort of doors. Here we go. Some gates that I can utilise there from some of these laser cut doors that I had. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just sticking two of these together just to get the right. Ooh, I'm running out of this glue as well. I've got a bit more have to go, but I think I need to just clear that. I'll just let it dry up without putting the lid on properly. So I just need to get I get the right thickness. I suppose I could have cut 3mm card, but I don't actually have any 3mm cards, so this is the best way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to get all these made, and then we can come back. So So I've been thinking about this, how I'm going to get this, and I've just printed some of these sort of tarmac textures out that will show the back. I'm just going to stick it on this quite thin black card, so when I cut it you're not going to see like a nice light edge. That's the plan. So these are A3 that I've got, because I was got these for O gauge at the time. So, but yeah, I mean, I'll do it this way around actually. So the plan would be to line this up. So once it's stuck down, cut it out, line it up, and then I can then build the back walls onto this piece of board. And I'll probably need to just put in a gate here and a gate there, and same on here, and then the wall will go along the back wall there. I mean, you can have a very tiny little yard, these houses, and even worse the next ones, because I chopped these buildings in half. So, well, I took a third off so you've got a space in between. So you wouldn't want to live in these. It would be well, I suppose they are old Victorian ones. So, but I'm going to get these stuck down, and now I've got a plan to work to. Just pop those over to one side, and then just get these stuck down onto the card, just with Pritt stick. I've left the top off it again. It's going to go dry. What's wrong with me? But I've got plenty of this. And believe me, I've got through so much of this in my time, and so much on this layout. It's unbelievable how much glue goes into these car buildings and everything like that. So I want to get this covered as much as I can. And I haven't actually sprayed these with lacquer yet. I got so carried away of just getting them on the card and ready to cut out. But that's not too bad, because this Pritt stick's not wet like glue would be, so it wouldn't soak in and destroy the colour. So I will do the lacquer afterwards, and I'm going to lacquer them again once everything's finished on the buildings as well. So need to leave that to dry, and then get it all cut out, and then start getting the backyards built. So what I have been sort of considering is, I've got the buildings on here. I'm going to need some space. Obviously we've got the so once we've got the brick walls in place, we're going to have the alleyways, and they're going to need to be paved. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to have like an alleyway walking up here as well. But as you can see, I should have really done this when I was doing all the pavement area. Now that is just so clean, so I'm going to have to weather just these sort of areas in. I don't need to weather everything in, because obviously the building's going to be on top of there. So I need to sort of dirty everything up and get that weathered in. But I'm going to get the best of this. So, and these are just some sort of textured sheets that I've done. Not that one, that's the bottom of the property. And I've just got to go along the rest and get those in. So I made all these low relief ones for the back seat there, and I want to make sure, so I put some card just on the inside, still waiting for some of the glue to dry there. And I could paint that on black on the inside, but I think it should be okay. So I'm just using my torch. I just want to make sure that I don't have any light bleed coming from under the sort of the roof section or anything like that. Just a little bit on that one. But when they on the layout like that, obviously they're not going to be as bright, the LEDs, when I actually mount them in either. So I think that's going to be fine. And you can't see it through any of the walls itself, so I thought I'd do it sort of for quite a darkish evening. And one of the things I've got to do is the doors, because I only made those out of paper on this one, so I do need to put in a little bit of a stronger card backing just on those ones there. It's a bit hard to see, so but you can see it's just a bit of thin card paper on those doors. So I do need to do those before I put some bases on and all that. So what I need to do is just make some bases, and then I can put the lights up from underneath. And that should be okay. I'm going to spray all these so it frosts the windows a little bit, I think. Because like otherwise, you're going to just look and you'll just see sort of no interior detail. I'm not sure that really looks right, so but what I will do is I'll protect all the coat, so when I weather these I'll spray them with this. It'll make the windows go a little bit opaque, but you won't really notice it at the distance like that, and when they're lit up you can't really see through there to see the details inside the building because there isn't any. So the next little job on that one is just to fix those doors so they're not see-through, and I've done that on some of these, like on this one here. So you'll see that I just put a piece of card over and it just made it. I'm doing this in a little bit of a darker environment so I can actually see it any lightly, so it might not come out as well on video, but you'll see it when it's all lit up. You know, well, the next stage is getting them on the main inner section. Right, just thought I'd have a look, see how it all fits, and that's looking okay actually. So now I've just got to take everything back off. I've put in the wall there, so you should have, it's quite a wide alleyway sort of here though, but it'll be fine. Probably could have done with slightly narrower, but yeah, that's looking okay. So now I've just got to take them all out, weather all the buildings, weather all the extra walkways in between. And before I fix all these down, I just want to get a little bit of weathering on. I don't want to over weather these like I did with the buildings, so I'm just going to use like a slate grey weathering powder and brush this in. You can brush as much as it in and off, but it's just, I might put a bit too much on there actually, but just want to give it a little bit of a light dusting all over. I want to do it sort of this, like this, and then brush it down so it gives it a appearance like sort of the dirt's been washed down the roof. you know, if I go a bit overboard, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I think that should be okay. So, just need to get that fixed in place. And then you can see the difference between one that's had a bit of weathering and one that hasn't. So it's like just a little bit too clean, really. I could have built some weathering into the brick papers, I suppose, which would have been easier, but I needed to spray them anyway because I want the windows to go a little bit opaque, and the matte spray will make all the windows opaque, so when I put a light behind it, you're not going to see either the LED or lack of detail in the property, like I said before. That is all the buildings, they're all nice and secure. I've done a bit of weathering on the board, and you can see that everything's all stuck down, not moving. I lined everything up, measured it, so it was all going to be exactly the same sort of pavement. The issue that I've got is, if I put some street lights on here, I can only go 3mm through the board, and I might, when I'm actually refitting this, I may catch them. So I'm going to think about how to do the street lights, but I'm going to be looking at getting all these buildings now lit up. So majority of these are single buildings, so I can light individual ones up. And I thought, to make this easy, I ordered these lights. These are like Christmas fairy lights, so, and I thought that I can just drill a hole through, push that up through the board, and then carry on to the next one, really. And I thought that might be an easy way of wiring these. So the issue that I've got is they're on a multi-function, so I think you have one LED one way around, one out the other way around, so it could come a bit of fun. So I'm going to have to just see how they actually wire before I think about fitting them, because there are quite a few wires to each LED. So I thought I'd just power them all up, making sure that they are alright, and no, they're very yellow. They're supposed to be a warm white, but these are yellow, so they're not really going to be suitable for lighting up the buildings. That's going to look awful. So I'm going to have a look at another set that I have got, and take it from there. I might have to just cut every LED out, but I'm not going to put those in. I'll use them at Christmas or something like that. I'm not going to waste them. Can't send them back because I've opened them all up now. So second plan. I've raided my Christmas box, and I've got these. There's 50 LEDs here. I really need about 70. So if I don't light every single building up, and some of them, I should have enough. Right, that's 49 of those. I've got one there. I've still got some more to put in on the bottom on these houses up there. I've got some different lights I think I'm going to put in there though, because I've only got that one left. Actually 48, it's 49 including that one, and I had one that failed. So it's always a good idea to test. So I've marked every one that's got a bit of tape on it is a positive wire, so I know which one to add the resistor to. So I'm just going to use my copper tape and make a lighting bus. I'm going to need to extend all these wires and then just drop them through. I've drilled a hole all the way through. Now this is just so, I love using this tape. It just makes life so much easier. Creased it, doesn't really matter. It's a bit hard to keep perfectly straight. Get to see a few different locos sometimes, but it's mainly the same. Some Class 37s came through the other day on the rail inspection one, network rail. I've also seen the HSTs on the, inspecting the tracks. Right, I'm going to do a long job of soldering now. So I'm not going to let you watch me solder every one of these up because it's not very exciting. So I've just got to attach some more wires to these, put them through the holes and then solder them onto there with a resistor. And that's really it. 1K resistor should be fine. Right, that is every single LED now wired up with a 1K resistor. I've put a couple more bus bars on there, copper buses. I've got a negative one down the bottom there. It's just the wires weren't quite long enough. It saves me extending the wires, and I just thought just use more bus wire. It's not my neatest, but it's okay. I'm probably going to need to just glue these sort of in place so I don't actually exactly pull them out when and I've got to put something along here, some sort of tape or some glue anyway. I've got just a connector dangling down at the moment, so that's I figure, so you'll see, and I need to work out how to mount that, so I might have to just put a small wood block there so the connector then can go onto the block like that and then connect to the main layout. So I'm going to get this in place now and power the lighting circuit up and just see if it works. Right, I've just got all that now in place. I put the viaduct in and everything like that just to give it a bit of feel. So let's see if this works. Hey, that looks good. And they're not too bright. One or two. And the house on the end there is on the other board. So that still needs some lighting. I forgot about that one. But here's, well, I've got a slight mistake on two of those on the back. I put the lights in the alleyway, I've drilled in the wrong place. So I'm going to have to just redo those holes. That's not a major problem. Factories look quite good, all lit up. First time I've got them actually all lit up as well. So I've got 2 more holes then to drill in the right place, but that's not bad. And there we have the end of this episode, and it's taken a long time. I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks to get as far as this with all the buildings. I mean, it's taken me 2 sort of 4-hour evenings just to get all the lighting circuit finished for this central block of houses. It's takes time. I was hoping to have finished it a bit earlier than this, and I do apologise for not getting any updates done sooner. It's just taken so long building these buildings, getting them as best as I can. I mean, I did rush them a little bit, and probably a couple of rough edges, but they look okay. I mean, you're not looking at them as close as possible. If they're right at the front of the layout, then you've got to be a bit more perfect. But I think they look alright, and they look really good lit up. You know, I'm quite impressed with how they look. 1 or 2 LEDs are a bit close to the lights. I mean, a bit close to the windows, and the lighting is a little bit not quite perfect, but it looks alright, you know. And I think that was something like 60 plus LEDs that I used in the end there. So, and obviously I didn't light all the backs of these properties, so if I want to light all those, I've got a lot more if I want to put them. I don't think I'm going to, and I think I'm going to leave that. I mean, obviously the current draw now, you know, it's probably gone up a little bit, but I think that'll be okay. But and I also do apologise for not getting any locos running for this week, or this episode either, and I just haven't got time. I've just run out of time, and it's quite late on a Friday evening now, and I need to process this video so I can get it uploaded and go to bed. So I would get up the next day for the next bits of working that I need to fix on these LEDs. But I do have some a new loco and some new rolling stock that I want to get out on the layout, which I bought recently. So I will put that out on the layout next time. And I've also been working on some O-gauge. Well, I've not actually been working on the O-gauge. I've been doing a plan for a new O-gauge layout that I want to build. So, but I was hoping to have finished this one by this time. But it's just taken a lot longer than I was ever expecting. So O-gauge is to come. I've got a list of all the jobs that I'm going to put in the description, and if you want to see any of the jobs come forward, just put it in the comments and I'll try and get those jobs sort of pushed forward, in case you ever want to see something a bit different than building houses and putting lights in buildings. I've got to put street lights in. The next job is street lights. That is, because then it just finishes this central section off. But I hope you sort of enjoyed, and so you know, there's a lot of time and efforts taken up into building this, and sort of a lot of stress. Yeah, it's model railways are supposed to be sort of enjoyable hobby, but this is quite a bit of stress sometimes when things don't go quite how I want it, or it just takes a lot longer than I expect. But I appreciate you watching, and I wish you a very good evening, a very good rest of the day, and hopefully I'll see you on the next update. Take care.